The Committee on Parole is reconvening at 11:03 a.m. Our next remote location is Louisiana's Transition Center for Women, with the staff at Louisiana Transition Center for Women. With the staff, please introduce yourself.
The staff, you mean me?
Is there any officers in the room with you?
No, sir, I can get her. Hang on 1 second. I need you to introduce yourself.
Lieutenant Stewart.
Lieutenant Stewart, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to wait till you sit down.
Okay. Okay.
Now, with the offender, please introduce yourself and give your Department of Corrections ID.
Okay, Sonia Marie Todd, and my ID number is, you mean my DOC number?
Yes.
588809.
Thank you, Ms. Todd. Ms. Todd, you're here this morning for a revocation hearing. You have a revocation questionnaire in front of you.
No, sir, I don't.
Can we put that up on the screen? While we put it up on the screen, Ms. Todd, I'm going to read the violations, and you have an option to plead guilty, guilty with a statement, and not guilty with a statement. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And once we get that questionnaire on the screen, can you verify all the information is correct and that it's no signature at the bottom?
Okay. Yes, sir, I see it. Okay, that's correct.
And that is your signature at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Ms. Todd,
Yes, sir.
the parole board is conducting this revocation hearing as you've been accused of violating the following conditions of your parole. Condition number 4. You did not refrain
I have a question now.
I can't hear him.
I'm not saying anything because I'm waiting for you to stop moving and
Yes, sir,
everybody else will stop talking.
Yes, sir. They were, they had me in the hallway and they moved me back in the office. I'm sorry, sir.
That's okay. That's okay. We're ready
Yes, sir.
to read the violations and you okay. Violation number 4. You did not refrain from illegal drug use. You submitted to a drug screen on December 21st, 2022, February 1st, 2023, February 27th, 2023. All drug screens tested positive for men. How do you plead?
I plead not guilty with the statement.
Condition number 10. You have not made any payments towards your supervision fees since you started supervision. How do you plead?
I plead guilty with the statement.
And condition number 13. that was added on December 7th, 2022. You had a curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Failed to abide by your curfew on April 12th, 2023. This is evident by an affidavit from the Warwick Police Department. The affidavit states a traffic stop was conducted on April 12, 2023 at approximately 9:37 p.m., which is 3.5 hours after your curfew, and you were driving this vehicle. How do you plead?
I plead guilty, sir.
Your case has been assigned to Mrs. Wise. Would you please answer Mrs. Wise's question?
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Go ahead and give us your statement about allegation number 4. What you want us to know?
Okay, I did not test positive for anything, couldn't have. I was never told this by anyone at the time that it was supposedly a positive test. I know I was not using drugs. The doctor, Dr. Strauss, that took the test, never confronted me about any positive drug screens, because I would have, how do you call it? I would have said something and I'd wanted more investigation upon it, because I'm doing the best that I can. And I know for a fact, 100%, I was not doing any drugs. I'm doing the very best that I can. And if I did it, I would definitely admit to doing this.
Okay, all right. Okay, and then the next allegation, well, let me stay on that for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
On September the 21st, we're in the PO's office, and they asked for a drug screen, and you stayed till the office closed, and you could not give a specimen. You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
What was going on?
I have issues with my stomach. I can't like just use the bathroom on spot. I have a very bad liver, and it messes with my bladder and my kidneys and everything. So I do have a lot of issues with medical, to where I can't just use the bathroom like right when you tell me to.
And now what I could not find in the record, you did go to where the PO told you to go on
Yes,
September
ma'am.
22nd, and you submitted a specimen. What
Yes,
was
ma'am.
the outcome of that test? Did you ever learn what was it, positive or negative?
It was negative as far as I know. I mean, like I said, I've never been told. One time I was told that, and I don't think it was this time. I'm very confused on a lot of things. I did a lot of time in jail, on this one crazy charge. So when I get out there, it's hard for me to keep up with appointments. I have child support, I have the doctor, I have a lot of things going on, and it's coming at me so fast. So the details are it's hard, it's foggy in my head. I really do struggle out there.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry
Yes,
to hear
ma'am.
that.
It's hard.
And I want to speak to one other point too, that the lab didn't tell you were positive. It wasn't their job to tell you were positive. They give the results back to the PO. It wasn't their job to tell you, about that. That's not the area that they work.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that, but I also was told that if he said that I was able to challenge it, if I fail a drug screen, you're able to challenge it to where they could do further testing or whatever. And I was never told anything, because I would have definitely challenged it. It's like my parole officer would wait till he got. And I'm not trying to talk negative towards him in any way. I respect him.
This is your life.
Yes, ma'am. I respect him to the fullest, but it seems to where he would wait till he picked at me a lot. it was a lot. I felt like he was almost harassing me in a lot of different ways. And mentally, I'm really not the same. It's really hard for me to deal with a lot of things. And instead of just coming out clear on what he meant most of the time, I had no understanding of what he was talking about. He would call me and never really ask a question, but just make a statement to where I was totally clueless to what he's talking about and just hang up the phone on me and stuff. There's several times I had to call his supervisor, not only me, but my mother also.
Okay.
It's been really hard, really hard for me. And I'm doing the very best that I can.
But like you were saying though, you're confused about a whole lot. So when
Yes,
somebody's
ma'am.
talking to you, you're not clear, so that's.
Yes, ma'am. And
That
I
kind
did.
of working both sides. Let's move
Yeah.
on. Let's move on.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
You said you was not guilty with a statement about making your payments. Tell me about that.
Okay, like I said, I have not made any payments since I got out, but I also have rent. I have child support. I had car insurance. I've been struggling a lot. I had a lot of bills to pay. I broke my foot in November, therefore I couldn't go to work and get a job. So it's therefore my daughter helping me or my ex-husband saying, here's my clothes, you wash them and I'll give you a little bit of money. So it's really been a struggle for me, but I do have every intentions on paying. I'm trying. That's
Okay.
all I can say.
Thank you for that. Yes, ma'am. That's all you.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the next one you said with a statement, I also guilty with a statement about the curfew. What was going on with that?
Well, actually,
Number
my
13.
cousin, yeah, I really have no excuse about being out when I shouldn't have. I really had, to me, I don't feel like I had a reason to be on curfew to begin with, but I was on curfew and I did break the rules. I admit to that. My cousin called me and asked me to give him a ride to pick up some money, which he was struggling to leave town. So that's what I did. I actually got stopped by a light by my license plate was out that I was unaware of. But I was going to Morgan City and I shouldn't have done it. I should have said no. My heart's always doing for others and I get in trouble for it. So that's my fault.
Mhm. All right. Well, thank you for accepting responsibility for that. That's a
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
That's a really
Yes,
good.
ma'am. Thank you.
Do you need any substance abuse treatment? Do you think you need treatment?
I don't, maybe the tools of being away from people, like, I don't know. I know I need help. I need some type of help mentally and yeah. But I mean, this jail thing this is like, I've been fighting this for a long time and I don't believe that this is what I need. This is making it harder and worse for me every time.
Well, now, and that's the thing, the officer gave you a reprimand on December the 7th of 22. Didn't want to put you back in jail, gave you a reprimand and gave you the curfew, trying to keep you out of jail. And then
Yes,
you
ma'am.
violate the curfew.
Yes.
What's to be done?
Okay, this is the deal with that. The curfew, when I originally got out of prison or jail, whatever it was this time, I moved in with my sister and me and her had a lot of problems. She is on drugs, really bad. I had spoke to my parole officer on several different occasions to try to get out of her house. And I told him that I felt like she was on drugs. She would get mad at me because I didn't want to be out late at night to bring her around to get what she needed. And I had 2 vehicles at the time. Well, it caused a lot of chaos and stuff. Me and her got into several fights. I had asked him on several different occasions that if I can move out and try to find somewhere else. And he was just really mean. He would not allow me to. It got to the point to where me and her ended up getting into like a bad altercation when she threw me out of her house with a broken foot because she couldn't have her drugs and have her way. And that's when she started calling him and telling him all kind of nonsense about I'm running the roads, I'm doing anything that she could do.
Let me stop you there. The reprimand was because you had been attending your sex offender treatment classes. You weren't at home on Halloween like you were supposed to stay in on Halloween. And then you didn't report in October. Those are things that you could have done. You have.
Yes, ma'am. But I did The
Let's
one
not
that
talk
he's
about your
talking,
sister. Let's talk about you.
I understand, but that was the reason why I got put on curfew. The only class that I missed was the very first one when I got out of jail. And he didn't give me a sanction on that till months and months later, but it was the very first one when I had first got out of jail.
Missed September, and he said, then you didn't report in October. You missed the
And
September class, yeah.
Yeah, and I reported every single month, but September, like when I first got out, that was the only time that I missed that class.
Okay.
And it's hard because I have to pay for that also. I have to have money, and my truck was acting up, so everything's been a struggle.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I did keep in touch with him and talk to him on a regular basis about everything that was going on. I tried.
Ms. Sonia, thank you for answering my questions. My colleague has a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Freeman.
Yes, Ms. Sonia, they gave you a jail sanction, correct? 7-day
Yes, sir.
jail sanction,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and you didn't show up for that sanction?
That's right, sir.
Why didn't you show up for the sanction?
Well, I had found out that I had missed the child support court. First off, I didn't have my ride is messed up. I don't have a lot of support. I had missed a court date for child support. So I found out about that. And so when I called Judge Gio, I forget her last name, and found out what I could do to fix it, because I knew that if I went to jail for this, and then they found out I have a warrant for this, I'm gonna have to do some, I'm gonna be in the situation that I'm in right now. So instead of handling it in a different way, I was trying to come up with the $500 to get that warrant taken off of me for the failure to appear. And I thought I could do it over the weekend and get in touch with my parole officer and try to fix all this. I didn't know it was gonna end up this way.
Okay. And also, they instructed you to report also on 4/10/23. Why you didn't report?
What do you mean, sir? I don't-
After the jail sanction, you were report back to the office.
I never was told to report to the office, sir. I never spoke to him, not one. I never had any contact with him until the arresting day.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Ms. Todd,
Yes, sir.
you have 2 minutes to make a closing statement. Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Oh, 1 second, Ms. Todd. Your boyfriend, Jesse Reeves,
Yes, sir.
is Mr. Reeves.
Yes, sir.
Are you available? Mr. Reeves? Mr. Reeves? Would you unmute your mic, Mr. Reeves? Is he available?
Like on and off, so asking for Parole.
We're going to try to contact Mr. Reeves for you.
Excuse me, sir.
We're going to try to contact Mr. Reeves.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, man.
Hello, are you connected, to audience?
Yeah, I'm having trouble waiting.
Hey, we
Go back.
Oh,
Here you go.
You can get state over the phone, sorry, I'm gonna talk to the board. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Reeves.
Good morning.
It is my understanding that you want to make a statement on behalf of Mr. Todd.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're live and everyone is listening. If you make your statement.
Okay, for one, for the time I spent here, Sonia, she was going through a lot. I tried to help out, much as I could, financially. But, as far as going through her stuff, she couldn't do everything she could do, Now, I can't make a statement on everything because I wasn't with her, but it looks to me like she was really trying to do this. And as far as the drug trainings, I don't know. I think she has some kind of paper or something that they kind of stretch apart. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, but if she come back positive, she should be maybe treatment jobs, y'all are judge. But I just want to say that because she's serving a lot of time. She's trying to get on her feet, As far as the other, you shut the third charge or whatever that is. I had to go against that myself. Just saying, because that's not who she is. I don't know what happened exactly, but that really needs to. That's not her character at all. I'm vouching for her on that. I don't really know what else to say, but I'm talking today because I'd like to see her do treatment, and I'd be here when she gets out to stay away from the people that she's speaking of, people that send advice. People, they help.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves. We appreciate your statement.
Thank you.
Now, Ms. Todd,
Well, ready?
would you like to make a closing statement?
Yes, sir. I just want to say that I do appreciate y'all taking y'all time and stuff. And I know the law is the law, and I respect it to the fullest. I'm not who I was when I first caught these charges in 2011 or whatever. Even though I am very innocent of it, and I will stand by that to the day that I take my last breath. Sometimes things just get twisted, but I accept it for what it is, and I'm grateful for the time that I did have. I'm much more of a woman. I've accomplished a lot, but I do have a lot of mental. It really tore me down. It broke me up. It changed me in a lot of negative ways also. So I'm struggling with that. I do stand with my head up high today, and I walk with my head high, and I try to do the best that I can. I've been dealt a very crappy life. It is no excuse for some of the things. I take full responsibility for every action that I do, the bad choices I make. I would ask, I've never been in any kind of treatment program ever. I begged for it several times, and I would ask if maybe like some kind of inpatient would be great for me. Because I think not only with the drugs, the mental would help. It would help me a lot if I could get like a 30-day inpatient or something. But when I seem to ask for it from anywhere, it's like closed book. No, you're going straight to prison. I never get a chance at anything positive. As far as that, I'm not going to give up. So, it's on y'all, and I serve God, and it's all in His hands. So whatever happens, I'm gonna have to accept it and just keep moving on. So that's pretty much all I can say.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes, we're ready. I'm ready to vote.
Mrs. White.
I want to tell you that, Ms. Sonia, it's very disturbing for me for someone to have 3 positive drug screens for meth and say they're all lies. You didn't do it. That's very disturbing.
I understand.
Yeah, and there's no reason for it. I mean, you said you're on some medications, but we didn't discuss it. Now, when you said that you need to go somewhere for 30 days, what symptoms are you experiencing? What you talking about?
Well, Okay, because there have been many times in my life that I will do drugs just because they're convenient or to get out of my head in the state of whatever it is. I don't know how to deal with a lot of things.
Okay, that's okay, that's okay. I'm gonna,
You know-
I am gonna do a form, try to get you referred for a mental health evaluation. But as
Yes,
for
ma'am.
today, my vote is to revoke your supervision. I find you guilty of all the allegations that's been set forth.
Okay,
We do, and, she would have to, submit a with
I concur, you've been given due chance to feel by your thing. But I do think that self-evaluation and complete evaluation. But I vote to revoke.
It's really up to you on y'all deposit and not notify inmate banking.
I just cut in and out.
That's $10, but it have to come off her own account.
Okay, whoever is speaking to leave the room.
That's the officer. I'll leave the room.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
no.
Okay,
Ms. Todd, you have received 2 votes to revoke your supervision. Mrs. Wise is going to put in a request form that considered for mental health evaluation and drug treatment. Hopefully that recommendation will hit the right hand and you will be given the help that you need.
yes, sir.
You have violated the conditions of your parole conditions number 4, 10, and 13. Your supervision has been revoked.
Yes, sir. It's very disappointing, though. It's disappointing.